Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Nitro Quiver cannon, the most famous swallowtail lately. Seriously, this thing's like notoriously known around the world. This board features Nitro's cam out camber profile, which is just cam rocker. So you got rocker in the nose and the tail with camber through the midsection. This is going to give you the load, pop, snap, and drive of camber, but you're going to get the ease of entry in and out of turns as well as more optimal powder float from that rocker. This board is available in two sizes, 173 and 203. That's right, 203 centimeters. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on an overcast day. There was some snow falling, there was ice, chunder, crusty pow, heavy pow, chop, messed up corduroy, basically typical mid-season conditions, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. So the big misconception with this board is that because it's big, it's stiff. It's not. It actually feels like it's got a middle-of-the-road park freestyle flex to it. So what you do get is more flex in the nose, stiffer section through the inserts, and then you got this tiny little tail back here, and it gets a little bit softer, especially with that cutout from the swallowtail. And when it comes to stability, you got to throw that out the window. This board, you need to keep your knees bent. That nose is slapping the ground harder than a beaver during mating season. So it's just flapping like it's like, hello, what's going on? And it resonates back underfoot. Now, with this board being so soft, you do have a lot of torsional flex, so you can really notice that there. But like I said, keep your knees bent. You want to keep your knees bent because this board feels everything. It's not one of those boards that's just going to plow through everything. It's more or less going to hit hard stuff, bend, flex, go up on top, and you're going to plane across it just due to the length. The camber section is very easy to engage on this board due to the flex. It's not aggressive. You can load it up and it's going to rebound off that tail and it's going to get you in the air. It's not going to look good, mainly because you got so much nose and it looks soggy and flappy, but if you want to pop a roller, go for it. You want to hit a cat track gap, you got this. Don't worry about pillow popper, for sure. Just be aware that because you got so much length, that nose looks a little soggy when you get in the air. It pops, it does what it needs to do. It's not mind-blowing. That's about all there is really to it with this when it comes to the snap and ollie engagement. I hope you know how to maneuver something like this when you're trying to butter. I mean, you got just an immense platform right over here to just pop a 180 and lock it into. And believe me, it's going to flex and lock into. And with the tail, you got a little bit less, so high-speed wheelies. What I would suggest, steeper terrain, a little bit of speed, hopefully some fresh snow. That's kind of just how it is. Is this a board that you really want to butter with all the time? No. Is it something you're going to do to showboat? Yes, that's really what it is. It's for showboating. It's a novelty. This board's a novelty. I said it. There you go. The edge-to-edge transmission on this board is smooth and quick. You don't really have to worry about it. There's no delay. You're just up on edge, transition back over, you're up on the other edge. Now, for the length of this board, it rides shorter than it actually is. You notice that right away. You actually pretty much lose most of the extent of the nose out by where a traditional contact point would be. And you need space, obviously, to turn it just due to the size, but you can do big swoopy turns or hard drawn out carves. It really does steer inside the back foot. So when you really do drive it into the center, the camber takes over and you can really push it to an extent. Now, with that cutout of the swallowtail, if you're really hammering the tail, you lose that power. It will fold on you. This is a board that you need space to turn, and you're going to do swoopy turns. If you're trying to do deep, hard, aggressive, quick carves, not so much. If you want to lay it over and go from one side of the trail to the other, yeah, you can definitely do it. Overall, it's fun to turn on. I'm not going to deny that. Who's this board for? The novelty board owning Quiver King. I know this board isn't for everyone. It's a novelty. Do I believe that everyone should ride a longboard like this? Yes, at some point in your life, you need to ride something that's this novel. It carves well to a point. I mean, you can fold the tail if you really aggressively push it. It floats well in pow, mainly because of the length and the shape of it. But overall, it's not for everyone. This review, if you're watching it and you're thinking of buying it, you should know you're probably not going to ride it more than maybe 5-10 days a year, if that. And if you're one of those guys that rides 5 or 10 days a year, you're probably only going to ride it once every other year. That's just the way it is. Is it fun? Yes. Should you ride it at a demo? Definitely. Should you own one? It's debatable. If you're one of those guys that's just a gear whore that needs to have all sorts of weird stuff so that you can pull it out and ride it every now and then yeah, go ahead and buy one. But for most of you watching this, you really don't need it. Comparable boards, the Telos Lumerian, the LibTech Retro Ripper. Binding recommendations, the Nitro Team Pro, the Burton Cartel, the K2 Lean AT. This has been my review of the Nitro Quiver Cannon. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.